Act 2, Scene 1. In this scene, Titania is shrewd and scornful. On page 14, at the end of Titania's second line.
Why art thou here, come from the farthest steeps of India? But that's, forsooth, the bouncing Amazon, your buskin mistress and your warrior love. Two Theseus must be wedded, and you come to bring their bed joy and prosperity.
Titania is shrewd in these lines because she uses sharp wit to accuse Oberon of traveling far from India to be with the betrothed Amazon Hippolyta. On page 16, the beginning of Titania's first line.
Fairyland buys not the child.
Here, Titania is shrewd and also scornful because she is sharp-tongued and quick to force the thought of taking the boy out of Oberon's mind. At the end of the second line on page 16.
We shall chide downright if I longer stay.
The Fairy Queen is scornful in this line because she tells Oberon that they will fight if she stays there with him. Titania and Oberon are in a dark and untamed forest because at the moment they are fighting with each other. The music is loud with a quick pace because Titania has fast retorts and reasoning. Titania wears a red dress to express her anger and jealousy. Her crown symbolizes her power and status within the fairy community. Oberon stands by because he and Titania are currently arguing. Titania has a flowery cape because it symbolizes her status as Fairy Queen. Shift 1. From Act 2, Scene 1 to Act 3, Scene 1, Titania's character shifts from shrewd and scornful towards Oberon over the little Indian boy to devoted to bottom after Oberon drops nectar from the pansy flower on her eyes. Act 3, Scene 1. The Fairy Queen is devoted to bottom in this scene. On page 29, Titania's first line.
What angel wakes me from the flowery bed?
Titania is devoted to bottom in this line. We know this because she calls him an angel, despite his beastly appearance. Titania's first line on page 30.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Again, she is devoted because Bottom has an ass's head. He is not beautiful, but she believed he is both wise and beautiful. On page 30, Titania's second line in the middle.
And I do love thee, therefore go with me.
When Titania demands Bottom goes with her, she means to make him immortal so he can stay with her forever. That's devotion. The forest is light and flowery to symbolize Titania and Bottom's love for each other because it is happy. Can You Feel the Love Tonight was chosen because they're in love. Duh. Titania and Bottom sitting on the couch displays that they are comfortable being in a close environment with each other. Titania wears a light, colorful dress because she's in love and giddy. Shift 2. The next shift is in between Act 3, Scene 1 and Act 4, Scene 1, from devoted to disparaging and distressed. Titania is devoted to Bottom when she is under control of Cupid's flower. However, after she spends the night with Bottom, Oberon breaks the spell, and she is repulsed when she learns she slept with an ass. Act 4, Scene 1. In Act 4, Scene 1, Titania is disparaging and distressed. On page 48, Titania's first line.
My Oberon, what visions have I seen? I thought I was enamored of an ass.
Titania is distressed here because she believes it was a dream, or a nightmare in her case. She is also disparaging because a man she loved deeply moments before is now just an ass. The second sentence of her next line.
Oh, how I do all this vices now.
The Fairy Queen is disparaging here because despite her love for him, just minutes before, Titania is now insulting his appearance. The music conveys Titania's distress over realizing she was in love with a donkey. The forest has turned gray because she no longer notices the beauty in nature surrounding. mostly because she just noticed Bottom has the head of an ass. Titania is wearing a rainbow dress because she was in love with Bottom. Both Oberon and Bottom are included in this scene because Titania leaves Bottom sleeping there, and Oberon is the one to snap her out of the spell. Shift 3. Lastly, Titania's character changes from distressed and disparaging to jovial because Oberon has lifted Titania from her romantic feelings toward Bottom. After he does so, Titania is grateful for this, and Oberon has agreed to bless Theseus and Hippolyta's marriage. Now the fairies can rejoice. Act 5, Scene 1. Titania is cheerful and jovial in this scene. On page 65, the end of Titania's only line.
Hand in hand with fairy grace, will we sing and bless this place.
In this line, Titania is jovial because she is singing and dancing with Oberon and other fairies to bless the wedding beds. This is a joyous affair. In this act, the dress symbolizes Titania's peace with Oberon and the festivities of the occasion. Titania's cape and crown reminds the audience of her reign and power. We chose to have a bedroom window as the background because the fairies are blessing the newlyweds' beds. The music in this scene is happy and upbeat because the occasion is meant to be a jovial time.
And wait. Stop recording. Okay, fine. The fairyland buys not the child of me. I'll try downright if I longer stay. To Theseus must be wedded, and you come to bring the bed joy and prosperity. Okay, restart. You come. Stop laughing! You're like.
No, I was like. Your boy.
Ass? Oh, how I do loathe his visage now. Okay, from the top. Okay, from the top. Yeah. All right.